What's up, people? Well, I'm on my way to Tim's to give you guys an update on how his prison truck camper van conversion is coming along. As you can see, the weather is absolute pants, always is whenever I'm going to Tim's. It seems par for the course. The footage you're watching is off of a cheap budget, like an action camera, let's say. It's a Wolfang, cost me about £80 off of Amazon. Night footage is absolute pants, but the day footage is more than acceptable for social media use, YouTube videos, etc. But anyway, I aim to get to Tim's for about 4:30, 5 o'clock. It normally takes me about 2 to 2.5 hours to get to Tim's, but of course, leaving at 3 AM, I should get there a little bit quicker. Guys, welcome back to another video. It is 7:30 in the morning. I'm in my camper van, which is this is for those of you that are new around here. It's a 7-ton or nearly 7-ton prison truck, ex-prison transporter that I've converted into a motorhome. I'm currently at my mate's place, Tim, and he's bought himself the exact same truck. We've already ripped the cells out and he started turning it into a camper van, but he's going to be living in his, so he's going to be turning his into his permanent home. Everything's going to be 240 volts, like the fridge, TV, etc. Nearly everything's going to be 240 volts. He's going to be using a 48 volt battery system, approximately 2,000 watts of solar on the roof. Today I'm going to show you that solar, and it's quite funky. It's all motorised on. So here we go. Tim has actually woken up now. That's Tim's van. Where mine has that fairing, wind deflector, whatever you want to call it. Tim's decided to cut a bloody great hole in his. Look at that. Fitting a house, or he's fitted a household air conditioning unit, and yes, he will have the power just off of his batteries to be able to run that thing. And of course, I've got a few issues on my van that Tim's going to help me with, and a couple of bits and pieces, and that's it. So for any new viewers to the channel, this is Tim and this is his van, of course. Let's get to work. We need some food first, I think, don't we? Yeah. We need some food, yeah. So, no, we ain't going to get to work. We're going to go and get some food first.
This is CoCo.
Fortunately, CoCo and Mally do get on, but Mally gets a bit yappy. She sort of gets a bit overprotective of people.
Just like that.
Anyway, right, get some food, then we're going to get to work. Alright guys, well, we've just eaten. We've had a McDonald's breakfast, of course. We are now heading back to the vans, but before we do, we're letting the dogs burn off some energy, because between the pair of them, they have a serious amount of energy. And to be fair and to be honest, we're not going to be giving them a great deal of attention that both these dogs have on a daily basis. So here they are, enjoying themselves, having a swim and acting like kids, like we all love to do. And don't pretend you don't. So here guys, we've got 1, 2, 3 solar panels. It does look like it's 6, but it's not. Each one of these up to that point is 1 solar panel. Each of these is 555 watts. So he's got 1615 watts of solar. And there's my pathetic 300 watts of solar. Within the next couple of days, it would have been done by now, but Tim has been working on my indicator's not working, and it looks like the plug is absolutely knackered that goes from the main wiring loom. So you've got the wiring loom goes into a 6-pin waterproof plug, and then from that 6-pin waterproof plug there's about a foot of wiring that then connects to the lighting cluster. So it's that plug that looks like that needs changing. I have ordered a new plug. Unfortunately, I've had to order quite a lot of them. Can't get one. But I've ordered a new plug anyway, and that will be here from Amazon tomorrow. So Tim's going to stop working on my van right at the moment because there's nothing else he can do. He's sorted out what the issue is and what the problem is. So we're now getting on to his van. Tim's now joined me. I've just told you all about his solar, but it's going through a 48-volt battery system. Why is that then, Tim? Why is it going through a 48-volt battery system? Why not 12? Why are you being greedy? What is the advantage? I mean, I'm asking you this. Some people might not know, like, the advantage of creating a 12-volt, a 24-volt, a 48-volt system.
Basically, 12 volt, the current is much higher. So whatever you're running, if you're running off 12 volt, you're using 4 times the current that you would be using 48 volt.
So
basically, the whole reason I've gone 48 volt is it's just a much better system for what I'm trying to do. Cars have like 12 volt because all they're running is headlights, maybe the radio, heater, fan, whatever like that. It's all really small current appliances. Whereas what I'm doing, running a power inverter and a fridge and aircon and this and that, is you're on 12 volt, you're just pulling so much current. You need these really big thick wires. You're losing so much energy to heat, and it's just less efficient where you're converting 12 volt into 240 volt, whereas converting 48 volt into 240 volt, you're already at a higher voltage, so it's just much more efficient. This is a inverter and a solar charge controller all in one, and also a charger, so you can put grid power into it and it will charge the batteries. And if you say you're running something, it will take power from the grid. You can set it up to do whatever you want, whether you want to go purely off solar or grid or this or that. Yes, and that's 5,000 watt, and the MPPT, I think it's like 200 amp. That is like the dogs do that in there. That's a good box. Does everything.
Right, so we're inside Tim's van now, and it's a little bit of a mess at the moment. But Tim's going to talk about his air conditioning system and why he's fitted a 240 volt air conditioning system. Well, not so much why, it's obvious why. No, his also provides heat as well, right? And it's a dry heat, you know, like your diesel heaters. It's not going to create condensation. And I'll quickly turn around, show you the air conditioner itself, which is over the door, and then Tim will explain how his battery system will be capable of running this system. So that's Tim's actual air conditioner, which obviously, as I've told you, it puts out hot air as well. Tim is now going to explain how his battery setup is going to run something so power hungry as this. So how are we going to do it, mate?
Basically, the heat pump uses a kilowatt, or max power is a kilowatt. So that would be on heating, not on cooling. But when you do use the aircon, it's obviously sunny outside because you want to cool down. So with like, what is it, nearly 1,700 watts of solar going to the 48 volt system, so I'll still be charging. If it was purely sunny, I'll still be charging it, have like 700 watts extra. But that's only when the compressor's on. So it'll flick on and off. So you're not actually using 1,000 watts in an hour. But even if I was, the battery is 15 kilowatt. So I could run that all night long and still have plenty of power in the morning. So
That's
I
incredible.
can run that infinitely, no problem. As long as it's sunny, I could run that 24 hours a day.
Right, if anybody's watching this video and you are new and you are wondering what all these pulleys are all about,
Big change.
If you're wondering what they're all about and all the ropes, these are all temporary. They're going to be tidied up with different cables or different rope or whatever. But basically, Tim's bed is motorized. Now, we're not going to show you that now because I will leave a link in the description of when we done his motorized bed. Literally, it's all on a winch system and it goes up and down. The idea is in this area here, he is fitting a 1200 by 1200. All I'm going to say is a monster window that opens up, and the bed will literally almost go up to the ceiling. Almost. Oh, it touches, and then that opens up, and he can literally just climb out onto the roof of the van. I think Tim's naming his van Amy by the looks of it. We're now going to show you what this is all about, all this woodwork, and you can see the solar panels going up and down. So just to quickly recap on Tim's solar, he's got 1615 watts of solar going through a 48 volt battery system. That is an awesome amount of power in what will be a motorhome conversion out of a prison truck, which will be also his home. He will be living in this truck. There you go, guys. That's the latest updates on Tim's build. I wanted to show you more, but the weather wouldn't play ball. I was only planning on spending 2 days at Tim's. I ended up spending 3 days, and to be fair, a couple of days of that was Tim doing my van, so it did all go a little bit wrong, but in the next update we should have quite a bit more to show you. But anyway, thank you for watching the video. If you've got something out of it, please like, subscribe, share the video. Happy days. Stay safe, everyone.